Rolling.
Live.
Come to Isaiah Kim Martinez.
We have Rock City up.
This is Good Morning Chattanooga Weekend.
It's foggy.
And Michael.
Thanks for joining us for Good Morning Chattanooga Weekend. I'm Isaiah Kim Martinez. It's Sunday, February 28th, last day of the month that has ended with cloudy weather and some rain. Let's take a live look right here at Rock City. Very, very foggy here. As you can see, pretty much can't see anything, Bill, but that tree right there.
That's right.
Let's go right to the meteorologist, senior meteorologist Bill Race for a first look at your forecast heading into March this week.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, hello, and once we get into late tonight and cross over into March at around midnight, we could have a few thunderstorms move through, and then some rain for the rest of the night. So we certainly are still under that weather.
We're going to come back out the building and have a stinger at sea.
The overnight, I call it overnight hours, once we get closer to like 10, 11 o'clock and midnight, and especially after midnight. Then for the daylight hours of Monday, as we first start, it will start to diminish. But so I got up there you got to remember it's coming out of the west, so our western counties first, about 10 p.m. Eastern time tonight, to about 10 a.m. Monday before it kind of moves off of our eastern counties. So this weather alert is compounded not only with some heavy rain that we were considering, but also now a few thunderstorms. 62 degrees is the temperature. We have a south wind at 7, and it is foggy, at least in some areas. 64 degrees at 9, 71 at noon, 75
Coming back out the bill.
Most of the daylight hours today, though, will be dry, just some patchy rain, and then we'll be waiting to late evening, as they say, after about 10 o'clock to start seeing those showers and even a few thunderstorms approach from the northwest. So we'll have more on all that coming up. It is time for the news right now.
It's Singer. Stop 20, rolling.
It is clear that the known benefits vastly outweigh the known risks. And it meets the criteria for emergency use authorization.
The vaccines are safe.
And Michael.
The third COVID-19 vaccine to hit the market
Package
in the
21
US could soon be coming to a pharmacy near you. The FDA has officially granted emergency use authorization for the Johnson & Johnson shot. Shipments are expected to be sent out across the country as early as tomorrow. Medical reporter Liz Bonus tells us what makes it unique and how soon the company is arming up for arrival.
Rolling 21.
Already this week, the FDA announced the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is safe and effective. The company has agreed to provide 100 million doses of its vaccine in the U.S. by June, 20 million of that in the next month.
In a U.S. trial of all ethnic, racial, and age groups, the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine has been shown to be 72% effective against the COVID-19 coronavirus. Tim Schroeder helped coordinate one of the largest arms of this trial in the country. It is called the Ensemble 1 trial.
The only way we get good quality data and understand the right dosing strategies, the side effect profiles, is to be totally inclusive. The good news is the Ensemble 1 Johnson & Johnson study did have a very diverse population, more diverse than the predecessor studies that are out there.
As for the newer other variants of the coronavirus from both South Africa and Brazil, early information released from the FDA says this J&J vaccine does show compelling evidence that it protects against serious illness from these variants. Those strains do appear to be now circulating in the United States. The FDA also has stated that side effects from the single-dose injections also appear to be milder than both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. There were no reports of the serious anaphylactic shock reported.
It's very common to get an immune kind of response. That's actually a good thing. That means your body is developing the antibodies toward the foreign agent.
The other game changers for this Johnson & Johnson vaccine, no extreme cooling needed for transport and storage, and this was called an adenovirus vaccine rather than an mRNA. That means it directs the body
to recognize the
virus, come back out to Isaiah,
and replicate a defense against the virus.
Johnson & Johnson already has 2-dose trials now in the works to see if that ups the odds of protection even more. I'm medical reporter Liz Bonus. We'll throw it back to you.
And hey, Isaiah,
President
thanks,
Joe
Liz.
Biden continues to echo praise after the FDA cleared the Johnson & Johnson
Full
shot.
screen.
However, the president released
Another
a
full
statement
screen
urging
next.
all Americans to, quote, not let your guard down, end quote. The president also reminded the country to keep washing your hands, stay socially distant, and keep wearing masks. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp also released a statement last night. In it, he says the Georgia Department of Public Health is expecting more than 80,000 doses of the J&J vaccine in the first week, next week. The governor and the health department say they're
Thanks for
working on
coming back
plans to
after
get those
Isaiah.
vaccines distributed and administered in the state as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
In our viewing area, 6 more people have died from the virus. Local and state health departments report 2 new deaths, each in Marion
He's
and
turning to
Sequatchie
camera
counties,
3.
and 1 new death each in Whitfield and McMinn County. To date, more than 1,400 people in our area have lost their lives after contracting the disease.
Look down,
And the
turn.
pandemic has brought extra strain to those
BL
who've
24.
lost loved ones, and safety restrictions have prevented many of them from being with each other in their final
BL 20.
moments. Now,
BL 20.
Chattanooga-based nonprofit called Young, Black, and Widowed has supported
Stop,
hundreds of
21.
widowers through their grief during these times. Executive Director Azare Redmond has helped 500 plus widows and widowers since September, but with more people going through this in the last year, she says COVID has thrown an even harder curveball into these young people's lives.
Rolling 21.
A lot of our young widows and widowers are having their spouses pass away without them being
11 seconds.
present. So
Continue,
that
BL.
has been probably the most heartbreaking thing.
Michael.
And her name is pronounced Azare. Now, the nonprofit offers a daily peer support line, support group,
Coming up to
scholarships,
Isaiah.
and more to help young widows and widowers with their grief. More details about this group can be found on our website, newschannel9.com.
He's up.
And Hamilton County teachers have waited weeks for
20.
their chance to be vaccinated, and lately many have called for doses to be put aside, designated specifically for educators. Well,
Rolling.
this weekend they got their wish. We went out to East Ridge Elementary
Stop,
yesterday,
24.
where the school district held a vaccination event for their staff only. HCS hosted the event in partnership with One-to-One Health. Some teachers telling us the process went smooth and they were in and out in less than 30 minutes.
Rolling 24.
Honestly, I feel like I can hug my
This
kids
is
again
34 seconds.
when I
Coming
have
back
that
outside,
kid's
Isaiah.
time, or I can give them a pat on the back and
Rock City,
I can feel safe that I'm doing what's best for my students, like I used to.
Much
And
needed
Michael,
there, and a spokesperson with the
that
Hamilton
says
County
34
with
seconds.
Hamilton County Schools
But
says
that's
he
only
expects around half of its employees will have had access to the vaccine by the end of this weekend. Teachers unable to get the shot at the event are still eligible, of course, to pursue
Tease
appointments
next,
through the
tease
health
next.
department and pharmacies in the county. You can find all those locations and more information again on our website, newschannel9.com.
And music.
And still to come here, protests continue on ETSU's campus amid pushback after basketball players kneel during the national anthem. Learn more about the recent clashes and what state senators are trying to do here. Plus, the Knoxville Zoo. Look at this video right here. They released a video showing 2 young zoo animals playing together. Won't want to miss it. Details next.
And hey, Bill.
Well, look outside right now. It's still kind of foggy looking down from Rock City.
Stand by your break.
And this was the case yesterday as well. It's just been a kind of weekend where we have had clouds dominating, but the rain certainly hasn't. We will see that changing late tonight and for a while in the morning on Monday.
And 3, 2, 1, break rolling.